Welcome, everyone. We are back after a long time. Man, oh man, I missed y'all. I didn't miss these three idiots, but I did miss my viewers. I did. How y'all doing? Hope all y'all having a beautiful summer. I know I am. This summer has been treating the little guy good. Okay, look, hey, if you watch my story, you Umi_44. Make sure you follow. So let's introduce you guys. My first guest, John Paul Monica. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm peachy. We're working over here, working.
That's good. Zach Wilson still sucks. Okay, Tony, how you doing over there, buddy?
Beautiful, baby. Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah. What color paper bag are you putting over your head when your Giants don't make playoffs this year?
I don't know. It's probably going to be made of Russell Wilson's jersey.
I was thinking something totally opposite of what you were saying. Thank God you didn't say that. But okay. David, how you doing over there, buddy?
So early.
How are you?
I'm doing lovely. Let's go fly into the Giants. You seeing nonstop fighting happening in your practices. What the hell are y'all doing down there?
It's called feistiness. That's what it's called. It's called feistiness. It's called a team that's going to fight. It's called getting two amazing players in the draft, whether it's Neal or our defensive monster. I'm expecting big things this year from our rookies. But the fighting don't bother me. I mean, no one's gotten their ass kicked. Maybe the defensive coach. I think he got punched, but that's all right. I mean, it happens. Sometimes you don't like your superiors.
Hey, John Paul, I see you making little faces over there. What you guys say on this one, buddy?
Listen, no offense to anybody. Saquon Barkley, I like him. I think he's a decent running back. I hope he's good enough to keep his injuries away this year. Would be nice. But what's the sense of going that hard wearing just uppers? You know what I mean? You're wearing just shoulder pads. You're going in on a guy, that's 10 yards down the field for no reason. It's like, come on, man, grow up, dude. It's preseason. You want to show me what you got. Show me first game of the season. Take somebody's head off then. Don't do that. Don't do that to your own guys. That's just ridiculous. It's stupid.
We'll circle back to the Jets on that one.
Okay.
You can circle back to the Jets all you want. You didn't hear nothing about a fight from the Jets.
We don't have to worry about a fight. What about one of your players already getting suspended, okay, for that late hit on the preseason game? Way out of bounds.
Wait, hold on. Was that with my own teammate, though? Think about that.
Doesn't make a difference. Don't worry about it. The feistiness is good. It's good.
Okay. So go on. Like I said, doing that to your own teammates kind of foolish and kind of stupid. That just proves to me that you're scared that you're going to lose your roster spot. Plain and simple. Saquon Barkley was a moron for doing
it. David, what do you got to say on this, buddy?
All right. So when I played football in college, we used to fight all the time, like the offense versus the defense. So I'm used to hearing stuff about that because it would just be so. First of all, you're in training camp, so you haven't seen each other, so you start coming together that way. I mean, we used to fight all the time. I mean, as soon as you go off the field, it was like brothers again. Like you just leave everything on the field. In terms of the whole Saquon thing, in uppers, let me tell you something. Just because you're in uppers doesn't mean that you go half speed. Whenever we went uppers, we might as well just go full pads because we would just kick the shit. We would just kick the crap out of each other. Whether it was uppers or full gear. Like we didn't understand why we even went uppers because that just means you go full speed anyway. I like the fighting because Judge didn't let them do that. So it's a little bit different in terms of, I guess, the new coach. But I'm all for it. It shows, feisty. It shows that they're ready to get it on this year. And, I just hope that fighting transpires to the field and not to the locker room.
I'm going to kind of agree with my brother John Paul on this one. I think it's beyond stupid because you're going to be fighting and eventually it's going to lead to games. And you're going to end up having guys fighting each other on the sideline when you're playing a regular season football game. And that's what I get it. You bring in spirit of love. You guys are fighting, being feisty, but it has to stop at a certain point. And I believe if they keep on letting it go, it's going to end up carrying on to regular games. You're going to see teammates fighting with each other on the field. So that's what I think of this one. I think coach got to get a grip on that one. I got to agree with that one. Yeah. All right, let's go to New York Jets. So what's happening over there, John Paul? What do you think the Jets are gonna do with now Zach Wilson possibly being out 3 to 4 games?
Well, no, not 3 to 4 games. 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks, yeah.
Oh, sorry, my
3 to
fault.
4 weeks. I'm not gonna lie. I only watched a tiny bit of that first quarter. I did watch when he went down. As soon as I saw him hobble, my stomach dropped, and I was like, he either tore an ACL or something possibly worse. And then that's all you heard for the first at least 3 or 4 hours after the game was, oh, he tore his ACL, he's out for the year. He tore this, he's out for the year. I'm sitting there, I'm going, Jesus. I'm like, they're putting this kid into a grave. And unfortunately, it's part of the game. Non-contact injuries, contact injuries, it happens. I'm praying for the best that he comes back. But as of right now, they're saying that he should be good week 1 starter, but it's not a guarantee. But they said Joe Flacco is going to be their backup. And listen, I have faith in Joe Flacco. You know, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You know, I mean, he might be there. He might be old, but I mean, if he's going to be in for a couple games, let a guy do it that knows how to do it. You know what I mean?
Okay. And if you had to take Joe Flacco, Daniel Jones, who are you going with?
What does one have to do with the other? They're on 2 separate teams.
No, if you had to do it, this question. If you had to go for it, which quarterback are you taking? Joe Flacco, Daniel Jones?
Hold on.
Who are you asking? You asking everybody?
Oh yes, I'm asking everyone a question. I'm
going with the younger kid who has more potential.
That's a bad question.
What kind of question is that? And listen, we had this conversation during the week. You could say what you want about Joey Flacco. I think he's overrated, just like Kirk Cousins. I think he had a halfway decent season one season. He got paid way too much money, and then he was garbage.
Yeah, but there's a difference. Now, I had this conversation with you face to face. There's a difference between Joe Flacco and Kirk Cousins, and Joe Flacco's got a ring.
And I explained to you that all that proves is that defense wins Super Bowl.
But he didn't have just one great season. He had multiple playoff seasons with the Ravens, multiple. So how can you sit there and go, oh, he's a flop, he's a joke? You can't say that.
I said he's overrated. I didn't say he was a flop.
That's the same.
Overrated.
Calling somebody overrated and it's basically calling them a flop. You can't say that.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. He was a shit quarterback.
Yeah, he was awful.
I mean, come on.
Okay, but Joe Flacco was not awful. David, would you agree with me that Joe Flacco?
I would agree with. I would agree. He was not awful. I agree with that. But I also
he wasn't awful, but I believe he's overrated.
I think they also had a great defense that year too. Anyway, so I agree with that also. But I mean, don't forget Flacco at that time was wheeling and dealing during that time. So I mean, like for him, that was probably the prime of his career. He wasn't. It's hard to say if he's overrated, but he was good, man. Like he almost beat the Patriots by himself almost every time. Just that their defense actually let them down 2 times in the playoffs. He did everything he was supposed to do. It's just hard to put Flacco in a category because he had one of the best defenses of all time. So how can you put a quarterback like that? Like that's like saying, like, would you have put all right, for instance, put Joe Flacco on the years Eli won the Super Bowl. Would Joe Flacco have won those Super Bowls?
On the Giants?
Yeah, on the Giants, the years they won it.
See, now that's a hard question.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he would have. Just like how if you put Eli on the Ravens for all those years that they were good, would they have won more Super Bowls? I think possibly. I didn't think. I'm not saying that.
See, I think Eli was an awesome quarterback, great quarterback. He's Mr. Clutch. You can't deny. Yeah. All right, Mr. Clutch. When it came to Super Bowl time to win, he was Mr. Clutch.
Yep.
But but I think Joe Flacco's accuracy was a tiny bit better than Eli's.
Oh, I agree. I'll agree with it. I'll agree with you there.
If Joe Flacco was on that team and it wasn't Eli Manning, would they have made the Super Bowl? But then again, you don't know offhand.
Yeah, it's just like one of those hypothetical questions. But I do think the Ravens had a really good defense. I just think if Eli had that type of defense, like the Ravens did, Eli probably would have won maybe 3 Super Bowls instead of 2.
Well, he was well on his way to winning 3, and then Plaxico shot himself.
I'm saying, like, I just think that he could have won just as many Super Bowls with the Ravens than with the Giants. But in terms of Flacco, I just don't know if you would have put him on a different team. That's like saying, like, if you put Flacco on the Patriots, would they have won more Super Bowls? Absolutely not, because Tom Brady was that team. If you put Flacco on the Packers the year they won the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers' 1 year, would he have won the Super Bowl with the Packers that year?
No,
probably not.
No way.
But that's where I think he's coming from, is saying that it's hard to compare him to other quarterbacks because he just always had a good defense. You put him on another team, who knows? It's just one of those hypothetical questions.
See what happens. Let's see regular season right around the corner. Let's see what happens, guys. Talking about, let's see, man.
I just like to touch on the Jets real quick.
Yes.
I wish that kid a speedy recovery. He's a young kid. He's the future of that franchise. I hope Zach Wilson gets back quickly. He heals up 100% first, and brings the Jets some glory, because God knows they need it.
Yeah, and I didn't talk about it either. This brings up the next question, which everybody's talking about, especially if you're a Jet fan. Do you actually trade for Jimmy G and let Zach Wilson heal on his own? Or do you just let Mike White play and see what happens? Because
I would not make that trade. That's stupid. Why would he trade for Jimmy G when he has Joe Flacco in the house?
You would rather go with Flacco than Jimmy G?
That's it, 100%.
What?
Yeah,
I'll take Flacco over Jimmy G.
I think you need
Why
to
would
get
I
some
trade away
sleep.
pick? It's the same quarterback. What are you talking about,
dude?
David?
What?
He's younger. He's more mobile. He's a better quarterback, Jimmy G, right now.
He's not more mobile than Flacco.
Right now, he is a better quarterback. He's more mobile than Flacco, 100%.
All right, how about this? Would you give up a 3rd or 4th round pick for Jimmy G right now if you're the Jets? Would you do it or no?
Now, hold on, David. I was waiting for you to say that. Yes, that I would, but the 49ers aren't stupid.
Well, they're going to have to release him because they
don't want him.
That only if they release him, do you pick him up? I think so.
I'm the Jets. I absolutely pick him up. If even if I was the Giants, I would.
Well, I thought the Giants should have picked him up to begin with.
Giants, I'm telling you right now, he's somebody that will push the starter, whether it's Daniel Jones or Wilson. I think both of them kind of need that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's the problem, man. Jimmy G can probably just go about anywhere and be the starter. Do you bring him into either New York team with these 2 young kids and do that?
Exactly, Wes. You're 100% right. But also, Jimmy G doesn't fit in the new Giants offense because you have to be like a really mobile quarterback to fit in it, and I don't think it would fit. Versus the Jets are more like run and gun, which is kind of like what he ran in, like West Coast offense, but he ran in 49ers. So.
But I wouldn't do that unless I want to make that trade. I got Flacco in the house. I ain't doing that. I'm going Flacco. I believe the same type of quarterback. I'll go Flacco. Hey, y'all. Who do you guys think is going to be the most underrated? What team you guys think right now is the most underrated team right now that people are sleeping on the most?
Okay, guys, I already know who I'm going to say, so you guys can go first.
I'm going
If there was no issues with Deshaun Watson, I would have said Cleveland.
You want to know who I think is going to be a sleeper this year? The Vikings. They have weapons. They have a defense now. They have a great defensive coordinator. They have a mastermind offensive coordinator in O'Connell. Yeah, I think that's his name, O'Connell. Listen, I'm telling you right now, that offense was already on. If they had injuries and stuff, and then Cook got hurt last year and stuff, I'm telling you right now, if he gets that offense, Kirk Cousins, yes, he's overrated. I agree. But if he doesn't throw the interceptions with those weapons and in that defense, and now Hunter's coming back on defense too, which he led the NFL, or he was leading the NFL in sacks before he got hurt 2 years ago. I'm telling you right now, I would not be surprised if they win that division. It wouldn't shock me one bit. And I think also from the same division, I think the Lions can too. I think the Lions, if anybody, should trade for Jimmy.
They got the curse of the HBO show.
No, yeah. I don't think
that show is such a curse.
I don't think they win the division, but I think if I were them, I would trade for Jimmy G. I hate golf. I can't stand him. If they got Jimmy G, they have some weapons. They're young. I'm telling you, they're hungry. And Campbell's such a good coach. He's one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. The guy cries when they lose. Like, you don't see that that often. Like, that's the type of coach you want. You want a coach that takes offense when you lose.
David, wait, not that. John Paul, who you know, buddy?
Honestly, just because of so much smoke when you watch TV and things that I've seen with inside training camp, I think the Saints are going to put in a lot of work this year. I think they're a sleeper as well. I would have said the Jets, but I'm realistic and I'm not stupid. So, I'm hoping the Jets do great, but can I say that they're going to win that division? Probably, absolutely not. I mean,
who's going to be starting quarterback day one for the Saints?
Well, see, I don't know. But if you look at inside training camp,
it's probably got to be Taysom Hill because the other guy got hurt, didn't he?
Who, Wilson?
Yeah. Yeah, he got hurt last week, I think.
Well, you paid Taysom Hill, so I would assume he's going to be your day one starter. But then again, you never know. But that's another team, like David was saying. Jimmy G's got a lot of places he can go. You know what I mean? If he goes to the Saints, he's not really moving that far. I mean, yeah, granted, it is kind of far, California, New Orleans, but it's not horrible. He's playing in a dome, things like that. I see him getting flipped, if not this week, sometime next week.
Getting close enough to the season.
He's going to get dealt sooner or later.
Yeah.
No one's going to let him sit there.
I don't think the Saints will make that move, but I think if he went to the Saints, they'd be a Super Bowl contender.
100%.
That's my opinion. I like Winston, but listen, if you have a chance to get Jimmy G, who fits that offense literally that would be Sean Payton's next up, like a Drew Brees, is Jimmy G. He fits that West Coast offense. He could sling the ball when he has time and stuff like that. Now he has weapons. If I was them, I would maybe make the move. But another team is, do you guys think the Colts are going to be good this year? I think they're a sleeper.
The Colts weren't a sleeper last year. Well, they were kind of. But if what's-his-name wouldn't have got hurt, if JT wouldn't have got hurt, they were a playoff team all the way.
Oh, yeah.
He lost those 2 weeks, and those 2 weeks they got trampled on because he wasn't running the ball.
So do you think Matt Ryan getting added is going to make – I think with Matt Ryan – me personally, I think with Matt Ryan being there is going to help them out 100%.
I think the difference between Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz is astronomical, and I think Matt Ryan's he's going to help them out a lot, and I think Matt Ryan was very happy to get out of Atlanta.
And this is a question for everybody.
Yeah, Atlanta had decent teams while Matt was there.
Oh, yeah, but their defense sucked, dude. Their
defense always killed them. Their running backs were always amazing, but they never got a chance to break that threshold. Yep. Plus, the Patriots cheated that 1 year. And
oh, God, here you go, man.
Actually, I have a question for you guys. If the rumor is Odell might want to go to the Colts, if Odell goes to the Colts, do you think they're a Super Bowl contender?
If he plays the way he did when he went to Los Angeles and he went with a clear head, I mean, he was unstoppable. He was easily going to be the Super Bowl MVP if he didn't get.
Oh yeah, him and Pittman, especially Pittman on the other side, they're two totally different type of player. I don't know. I think if Odell does end up going to Colts, I'm telling you right now, because they got a good defense. I'm telling you right now, I would not want to play them.
As long as his leg holds up, I don't see why you would knock them down if he didn't go there.
I just can't stand the people that are saying Jacksonville's a sleeper team this year. I still think they're a year or 2 years away from being.
I still think Trevor Lawrence is a bust.
It's hard to say. He had no time last year to throw the ball.
No.
Well, nobody has time in Jacksonville to throw the ball. You see how many quarterbacks they've gone through over the past 10 years?
Oh, yeah. I agree.
You go to Jacksonville, you get drafted by Jacksonville. You're basically and Trevor Lawrence was like, well, I don't want to get drafted by the Jets. Yeah, well, now you're in Jacksonville. Have a happy career, scumbag.
So, Umir, who's your sleeper team?
I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings because the Minnesota Vikings. Because look at it this way. I don't think Green Bay's gonna do that damage at all this year. What they got wide receiver wise to offer? They don't got that much, and I think everybody's on his way out of the NFL. I think they headed towards retirement. I don't think they do anything. The Lions maybe give them a little trouble. The Chicago Bears. I don't see Justin Fields doing that much at all, especially in the lost Robinson now as the wide receiver. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I got the Vikings. I don't see Green Bay doing nothing, especially. That's a whole nother sob story. Every year I hear about, why does other have weapons, but he wanted more money. That's why he let his boy go. So
by the way, now you mentioned Rodgers. Rodgers went off on his wide receivers. I don't know if you guys saw that article or not.
Yeah, we did. He should be for himself too. God forbid he does that.
Rodgers is a baby.
Yep, I agree. I think we could all agree here.
You do not talk all that trash. All right. About leaving and this and that, and then when your boy leaves, your main guy, even the guy that said, "Oh, he's my quarterback wherever he goes, I'm going." When he leaves, you just sit there and stack your pockets, and you bitched and moaned all year about it. Now, if you say one freaking word about anything this season, I hope all his wide receivers drop every ball that's thrown to him. I hope they're like the Kansas City Chiefs from like 10 years ago, that they don't that they don't have not one scoring touchdown passing the ball. I can't wait.
So I'm not sure if you guys heard, but Michael Irvin is back on crack.
Oh, you saw that on First Take, I guess.
What an absolute asshole! I mean, undefeated? Are you serious?
Who's going undefeated?
He said that
Michael Irvin said that the Cowboys are going to go undefeated. I think Stephen A. Smith smacked him across the room, and you saw the powder fly right out of his nose.
I hate Stephen A. Smith, but I love when he goes nuts on the Cowboys.
Well, hold on. He's a Cowboy rep. He kind of has to. He said the same thing last year. He said the same thing. He said that Cowboys were going to lose 2 games last year.
Undefeated is another thing. Undefeated? Come on.
Let's see what happens. You never know, Tony.
You never know.
No way. No way.
But how do you know?
I know. I know.
Right.
Just don't fall back off your chair. Then I'll be down. Yes, you keep on dreaming that, David. I don't know it's in the water over there. You should get the water tested for you over there to believe in that shit. All right, then let's go to the opposite, guys. The opposite side now. Who you guys think is the most overrated team right now? That you guys think that is going to be a bust?
Go ahead, Tony. I know you want to go first on this. I know.
No. I don't. I'm trying to think.
I'm surprised you had to think.
Well, hold on. Can I go?
Go.
Yes.
I don't think that they're a bust, but do I think that their year is going to decrease? Yes. I don't know by how much, but it's definitely going to go down. Is Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is going to have not the greatest of all years, especially because of Tom Brady, all his fucking issues. I don't know if you guys have been listening, but there's been a lot of things going on with him and Giselle, and apparently Zach Wilson's banging her too. I don't know, but no, seriously.
I officially gotta say that. I don't know what's in the water for that just statement. There anything in New Jersey water tested right now for the statement that's coming out of your mouth. I'm gonna let you finish. Finish, please.
Hold on, but you're not getting what I'm. Did he not
You
hear
guys even drink the tap water in New York? What are you talking about?
Did he not hear what I said? I'm not saying that they're overrated. I said that their season is going to decrease. I believe it's only a statement that I have. Like you think that you thought the Seahawks last year were going to be unbelievable. Apparently, you have that bug wherever whatever team you go to, 8 or 9 of the guys get injured. So I don't know why you would want to go to Denver because that's just what happened. But that's what I'm saying. All I said was I think Tampa Bay is going to decrease a little bit. That's all. I think that they're going to go down a little bit.
You never underestimate the GOAT. You never underestimate that.
I'm not. No. You see now you're.
I mean, his safety blanket is gone.
I think Tampa Bay is going to have a lot tougher of a time this year than they did last year. But listen, I could be 110% wrong. That's why it's a guess. I'm just guessing.
I'll say that right now. You're a million times wrong with it. I'll say that personally right now.
That's because you. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'll wait until
the show PG. We got to give the show PG, please, guys. I know you're very colorful with your ideas. Please keep the show PG. Tony, where you going over there? What you got?
I'm kind of going with my brother here, not the team, but I think Kansas City is not going to have such a great year. I think defenses are figuring out Kansas City's quarterback, and they're always double teaming Travis Kelce. I think Kansas City's going to have a tough time making the playoffs this year.
So you give me the wow over him where the Kansas City Chiefs lose one guy. Kansas City Chiefs lose one guy, but they've made it to 3 straight AFC championships.
They didn't lose one guy. They lost to one of the best weapon they had on that team. I don't see
only one guy.
He's the best
one guy. He's not the only wide receiver on that team.
But he's the best wide receiver they had, and they let him go. Okay, 100%. I don't see the Chiefs.
Well, I'm gonna look at you, and that's.
I'll be surprised if the Chiefs make the playoffs. I'll say that right now. I'll be surprised if the Chiefs make the playoffs.
I think defense have figured out Patrick Mahomes pretty well.
You guys are both on crack. I think you guys better go start snorting with.
Listen, I'm not saying the guy's garbage. He's still a top 5 quarterback.
I'm not talking about quarterback. You're not gonna knock a guy that's gone to 3 straight AFC championships, and one guy's not the one that made the difference.
Yes, he did. 100%.
No, he did not.
100% made the difference.
Don't get he's playmaker, but not one guy made the whole team. Get the hell out of here. That is.
I'll say that now. I'll say this again. I'll be surprised if the Kansas City Chiefs even make the playoffs. I'll say that right now.
Well, you've been wrong for the past couple of years, so we're gonna keep going on that one.
I mean, also, I'll let you rock on that one. I'll let you rock. Last year was wrong. The year before that was not wrong, but I'll let you rock. I'll let you elderly people rock. David, who you going, buddy?
I have 2 because I can't decide between the 2. Okay. It hurts me saying this: the Bills and the Bengals. I just think the Bills losing Dable. I don't know how Josh Allen's going to be in a new offense, and honestly, they have a lot of rookies starting on defense and playing and stuff. I just don't know how that defense is going to hold up against the better offenses in the AFC. And the only reason why I'm saying Bengals is because Burrow is already getting beat up in the preseason. I don't know what's going to happen in the regular season. So that's the only thing that's scaring me is their offensive line because they spent money and it's already still not looking great for them. And honestly, I think they had a Cinderella season next year that all the analysts I've been watching are like, oh my God, the Bengals are going back to the Super. Like, let's wait a minute. Pump the brakes a little bit. Let's see what happens first. And I just think the Bills just have everybody's saying the Bills are going to Super Bowl this year. I just think it's huge expectations already for Josh Allen because he has his money now. Now it's like, all right, take us to the promised land.
Well, he did say Super Bowl or bust, didn't he? The last thing he said.
Yeah,
and I get it. You know what I mean? You're basically running the AFC East as of this moment. You know what I mean? So you're there. You're literally touching that platform, but not getting over it.
I just honestly, I just think the Patriots. I think the Jets are going to do better than most people think. I just think it's wide open. Like honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but honestly, Miami. Who knows what's going to happen down there? The Bills, the defense is still shaky. Patriots, they have no offensive coordinator still, so who the hell knows what's going to happen? If Wilson could stay healthy and not turn the ball over and the offensive line protects him and stuff like that, I'm telling you, that division is probably the most wide open division in my opinion. That and the NFC East are the two most wide open divisions in my opinion. I don't think the Cowboys are going to win it this year, but I always say that every year, and they do, just because I can't stand the Cowboys. So, but like I said, I don't want to say the Cowboys because every year I say the Cowboys and end up winning the NFC East. So
just remember, they're no longer the Cowboys. They're the Dallas Tampons. They're good for one period and only have one string.
wow.
I have no comment to that, but okay.
You shouldn't.
Yeah. But I gotta agree with. I'm gonna go with the same thing as Tony said. I'm gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't see them doing crap this year. I don't see them making playoffs. I'll say that right now on the show. 100%. All right, guys. Before we end the show, we got time to wrap it up. Who you guys got making to the Super Bowl in your quick picks right now?
Super Bowl. Oh God.
Very early.
I wish you could have done like Rookie of the Year or something instead of the.
Year sounds better.
No. Let's go Super Bowl. We're thinking big. Thinking big.
It's too early.
I don't want to think this big yet. It's too early. You got to ask me that the first week into the season.
I'm asking that right now. Who you got right now, so man? And February, I can come after you. Who you got right now, John Paul? We'll put the spotlight on you first.
Winning?
No, who you got going to the Super Bowl? You don't got to say winning.
Going. Oh, no, you got to come back to me. You got to give me a minute.
All right, let's go to Tony. I see you thinking over there, too. Who you got winning? Who you got going to the Super Bowl?
This is so difficult, man.
Oh, God.
So I think the Rams are going to be stacked again. I think they're just too friggin' good. I don't know. I got the Rams for now. The rest of it's just.
David, I see you smiling over there. Why are you smiling?
I think the winner of the NFC West is gonna be in the Super Bowl. It's either gonna be the 49ers or the. I think it's be the 49ers or the Rams. And from the AFC, like I said, if the Bills defense plays well, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills make it. It's just too hard to decide right now because the AFC West are going to beat each other up, in my opinion. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers do make the Super Bowl too. I wouldn't be surprised.
Just stole that away from me, David. I was just thinking that. I was saying it was going to be. I see Chargers Rams. It's just I see that.
There's some consensus that the Rams
yellow just popping in my head, and that's it.
Okay.
Dude, they have pass rushers now. They have Bosa and Mack on one side. They spend tons of money on their defensive backs. You got one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, Justin Herbert. You got Keenan Allen. You got Eckler at running back. I'm telling you right now, if they could protect Herbert, turn the ball over on defense, I'm telling you right now, I would not be surprised if they win AFC West.
You know what though? Unfortunately, the stars they don't always align. I mean, look at what was it, Cleveland 3 years ago? I mean, how many stars did they have on that team? And that did absolutely terrible.
Yeah, but they also didn't have Justin Herbert at quarterback.
No, you're right.
I mean, would you rather have Justin Herbert or Mayfield? I get what you're saying when they had Clowney and Garrett.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Khalil Mack started on the downward, but I mean, listen, he's in a good place right now. He doesn't have to be the main person, and you have Bosa on the other side. I mean, it's a little different now than how it was. And also, Raquan Smith wants to get traded from the Bears. I heard the Chargers want him too.
Jeez. All right, Tiny, who do you got?
I always got to be that guy that always got to say something crazy on my own show. I got
Denver.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I knew it.
Versus my boy, Russell Wilson, baby. I got Denver Broncos versus the Buccaneers. I'll say that right now.
So when Russell Wilson breaks his leg in the first game of the season.
Oh, yeah. You keep that better than you to yourself. I got my boy, Russell Wilson, baby.
He's going to do terrible. You're going to be crying all season long.
Listen, I won't be crying the way you do. Daniel Jones is bad.
He doesn't have to work with there.
Yeah, he can do it. He's gonna get the job done.
I don't know. I heard Denver's looked pretty good so far in training camp because I heard Chubb's been unstoppable to block. They said for Denver. they said Chubb has been an absolute beast at defensive end so far.
You might as well just go back to Seattle, Amir. You're a mush anyway.
Let's go, baby. Denver. I got my Denver Broncos going to the Super Bowl. And the great thing is I look good in orange. Nice orange number 3 jersey. I can't wait to wear my jersey with my cigar.
So what is it? Like a half a number 3?
Yeah, it's cut off at 3. It's cut off at half. Like, yeah. All right, guys. It's a pleasure to have you guys on the show. Like always, make sure, like always, New York City pizza is better than New Jersey's. Hopefully, one day y'all realize that. Thank you guys for coming to the show. Make sure you guys like, follow,
Michael Irvin are on that
crack. Yeah, you are definitely on crack. Make sure you follow my Instagram at Umi_44. That's UMI_44_ and stay tuned to all the new episodes.
Remember, it's under.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. And James, Archie, before I end the show, James, I hope you feel better, buddy. We missed you today. We'll see you next week, buddy. Feel better.
My other Jets fan, I need him.
Yeah, he's out of service for this week. He's not feeling well. Hope you feel better, buddy. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Good night.